Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I thought I would try something different and go through my fashion portfolio for you guys to see. I thought this might be a good idea for those of you who are starting to apply for courses at university or college, just to give you an idea of what kind of things the college likes to see in a fashion portfolio. Please note this is just an idea of what colleges might like to see in a portfolio. It's not 100% what every college will want to see. It's just to give you an idea of what I produced to get me into an illustration course. Please note that my portfolio is directed towards more fashion illustration than design or textiles or photography or anything else, but I do have elements of each thing inside. I got into the illustration course at London College of Fashion, so I thought I would just show you guys what kind of things I put in there, what they like to see. In my portfolio is a couple of different aspects of fashion. I've got styling, photography, design, illustration. Just as a side note, please do not copy anything I'm about to show you. This is my portfolio that is personal to me, and this is the kind of things that they liked about 5 years ago, so I don't know whether things have changed since then, but it's just to give you an idea of what they like to see when I was applying for universities. Let's head on over to my portfolio. So my portfolio is in this huge black thing here that I used to carry around for hours and hours at college and university. It is a good idea to get one of these. They have like these kind of straps that you can kind of put over your shoulder, or you can kind of get, if it's really heavy, you can get some of these trolleys that you can put them on. So have a look inside. I've taken out each page of my portfolio and I'm going to show them one by one. The first couple of pages were design development pages. So these are pages where I've got lots of fashion designs, lots of fabric samples, and often in these pages you would have some kind of concept or a theme that you're working with. You want to pick the theme and then you want to work the pages around the themes. So this is my first page. My concept is storm, so I have included a reference picture of a storm, and then most of the other pictures are designs that I've based around this picture here. So I've got a fashion figure that I've drawn here, I've included some fabric samples, I've also printed off some pictures of some mannequins and drawn on them, and just added, they're basically just lots of different rough sketches of designs. You don't need to spend ages going into drawing loads and loads of these kind of fashion designs. You just need to get out lots and lots of different rough sketches and then you can develop them later. That's why they're called development pages. The second page I have here is also on storm still, but I've got a different reference picture here. I've got, these are tornadoes from above, so I've based some different concepts using these kind of patterns here, using different like knit patterns and some screen silk printing. I've got some more fabric samples down here. It's really good to include fabric samples when you're doing these development pages. They don't want to see things that have been created before, so you really have to use your imagination in these kind of pages. Just look at the shapes and patterns in the theme that you've picked and really just create out there designs. The next page I've got here again is the storm theme. I've gone into print more, so I've captured this section of print that I had on the other page and I've included it into some designs here. I think I got this print off this picture actually, which is an infrared picture of a storm over one of the countries, and then I've tried sort of incorporating it into different trousers and dresses and things like that. The next page is another development page on the storm theme. I've tried to show that I would create this technique here by scrunching up fabric and sewing pleats and things on the other side. I've also got some pictures of some examples I did manipulating silk on a mannequin. So it's really good to also include pictures of techniques that you've tried. If they're on a large scale, obviously you can't put them in your portfolio, but you can add the pictures in. So this is the last page I did on the storm project. Again, I added this image and I kind of incorporated it into two different designs here. I think so it's good to have about 4 or 5 pages maybe on one theme, and then to move on to the next one. The next project I did was on bridges, so I took this picture of Blackfriars Bridge in London, and I really liked this technique down here, so that's what I drew on, and I created this kind of origami effect here with some fabric, and then I created some designs around that, so putting them around the hood, putting them on a long skirt like this, and it's really nice just to pick really small sections and just work on that rather than the whole big concept in one go. This is another page I did on bridges, so this time I took a picture of the Millennium Bridge, and I just sort of used this section here that I quite liked and drew it out here, and then just kind of tried using it as like corsets and using this kind of theme of these sections across here, going across the bridge here. And that was quite fun, like trying to create silhouettes using these patterns here. This is my last fashion development page. Again, just to say that if you're planning on doing fashion design, you want loads and loads of these kind of pages. I wasn't planning on going into that kind of a course, but I made sure I added a few just to show my illustrations in them. So this one I focused on Tower Bridge, and I think I was focusing on these lines going down here, so I was just trying out a couple more on mannequins here, and then a couple of photos of things that I tried at home on the mannequin, and some drawings of the bridge itself. So the next thing I have in my portfolio are life drawings. Life drawings are great to put in fashion portfolios. Unis like to see that you know the body form well, that you can easily draw a fashion figure. So the life drawings I've got in my portfolio, some of them are nude, which I'm not going to put in this video because YouTube will probably ban me or something, but I do have quite a few with clothes on. These ones I did at uni were quite good because they often got the model to wear patterned fabrics or hats or scarves and silks and lots of different kind of fabrics put together. Just as a side note, if you feel like you can't really draw very well, it's still good to put some life drawings in. Universities love these, so yeah. This is one of my life drawings that I did. I'm not going to take out the plastic because it's really chalky on the other side. But this one was quite fun. They don't give you long to do life drawings. It's really just a quick kind of sketch, or this one I think I used watercolours actually. So it's quite good just to show that you can draw quickly, that you can pick up specific points. I quite liked this bit. She was wearing like a head turban, and that's quite cool, getting the print out of the head turban. This is another one I did of a gentleman sitting down on this printed fabric here. This one was really fun as well to do because they just give you about, I don't know, sort of 5 minutes just to sketch it out. So you really just have to go quick, and it makes you focus on the points that you actually need to focus, you know, rather than all the detail in the face and stuff like that. So that's quite fun, and they love lots of these kind of things in your portfolio, lots of movement as well. But I'm not going to show the other ones, as I said, because they are nude, but include some of those as well just to show the body form and where the shadows are and everything like that. Next, I've put in some of my fashion illustrations that I have done more realistic drawings. These are some drawings that I put into my illustration portfolio. At the time I was focusing on portraiture a lot. I loved drawing faces. These are just models that I picked out of magazines. These were really good for me to add to my portfolio because I was looking to do illustration, so I included a lot of illustrations. That's not something you need to do if you're not thinking about going into illustration at all. I've got quite a few of these kind of fashion sketches that I did. This is Alexander McQueen. Just to show that I could draw with detail. I loved doing these kind of fashion illustration ones where you could add a lot of colour. I think I used Sharpie and pencil and colour pencils up here. So these again are good to add, but this is another one that I did. And I loved just picking out bits of the colour that I thought really stood out and then just sort of doing the rest in black and white. That was something I loved doing. Again, this is something else that I added. This is Josephine Schreiber, I think, and I did the whole thing in black and white, and then later on I went over and picked out bits of colour that I thought looked really nice. So these are from my college days when I did a project on origami. I included these sketches. I made sure I did one full illustration of the front, then I included like a simple design on the back here. You don't need to illustrate all of it, as long as they can see sort of where the zip would be and things like that. And these I did quite a lot of, so I have probably around 20 in here, all different designs and all different styles. And it's really good just to show that you have a really wide range of skill in terms of design and also illustration here. So you don't need as many as these, but this was just for an actual project that I did. But I thought these were quite fun to add. I think it's fine to add some college work to your university portfolios. I actually did a fashion portfolio course before applying for university, so these I'd done like a year before, but I felt happy to put them in as well. So you get the kind of idea. These I put all of these in. So I'm going to go through my photography and styling book that I added into my portfolio. This was probably my favourite part of the portfolio. It's really fun to do. It shows that you can grasp a concept and kind of take it forward, and then also you have good knowledge of designers, different photographers. Make sure you do your research, make sure you don't just pick the really well-known fashion designers that everyone knows. Look into people that aren't so popular, look into people that are just coming out, that are brand new. So I'll go through that now. So this is my styling book here for London College of Fashion. Photography and styling research. So you want a few pages where you have ideas, where you jot down places that you want to go to. You want to include lots of pictures of photographers that you like, their work, rip them out from magazines, print them off, things like that. And then I've sort of added on some of the concepts that I liked in this. I think I was doing storm again here. So these are just, just make sure you fill them up with lots of different pictures here, different camera techniques to create effects, different designers that I liked, stylists that I liked, and then trying different makeup attempts, drawing different themes and scenarios of how I might style a shoot like this. And then the actual shoot itself, so I did one with one of my friends. Shout out to my bestie, Abby, and this is a style shoot that I did near me. If you're looking to do styling, then you want to make sure you include loads and loads of styling projects here, and like pictures of the venue, all that kind of thing. So those, I didn't really, again, spend too much time on this because I wasn't looking to do styling and photography, but if it's something you want to do, just fill up books and books of ideas, concepts, and they will love that kind of thing. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed going through my portfolio with me. Just to give you some extra advice, if you are doing a specific course, just make sure at least 60 to 70% is made up of the kind of thing that you actually want to do. So if it's illustration, make sure you have loads and loads of drawings in there. If it's design, make sure you have lots of development design pages in there. If it's styling, make sure you've got loads of styling and photography in there. But it is really good just to have a mixture of everything so that they can see you are all-rounded, good at trying everything. What I would advise if you're going for an interview is just to really make sure you have researched your favourite fashion illustrators, your favourite fashion designers, your favourite fashion photographers, and again, please don't just pick the Chanel, Versace, the kind of main ones that everyone knows, because they'll be sick and bored of hearing that. Pick people that are new, that are brand new, and don't just come up with names out of the blue. Just make sure you have looked into them and that you know why you like them. Also, just make sure that you do know the latest trends, that you have seen the latest fashion week, who did well in that, who didn't do well, what the trends are coming up, because they may ask you questions or what you thought of it, what you like this year, what you like coming out next year. Make sure you've researched them all, and include some of those themes in your portfolio as well for next year or for the coming months. So at the end of the day, the most important bit is to be able to sell yourself as unique, different from everyone else. There's going to be a reason why they'll pick you to come on the course, because they've seen something about you that they like, or they've seen something in you that they haven't seen before. So it's always good. If you think you're being out there, you're probably not being that much out there. In fashion, anything goes. So I hope this video has been helpful for those of you who are thinking about applying for fashion university. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll tune in again soon. Please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all soon. Bye! Should we just go ahead and look at the staff?